Welcome back to Between the Pages, a show about books, authors, and book events in Niagara. We're here now with Bob Mangroo, author of How to Develop a Positive Life. Bob, thanks for being here today.
Pleasure to be here.
Tell us about your book.
Well, my book is basically on personal growth. The work that I do is I work privately with people. I do seminars, workshops on personal growth and development. So having worked with people over the years, you know, one of the things I realized was that even if people are achieving success, one of the key principles is to have a good mindset, to lead a balanced lifestyle, to feel good about oneself. So the book is really designed of the major fundamentals of well-being, which is things like motivation, handling fear, positive thinking, spiritual consciousness. So a lot of the major things about change itself and how to go about those changes. So basically what I did was I took the nuts and bolts, if you will, the core principles of change, and I made it in such a way that people can work with these tips, messages, quotes, and ideas so that they can literally develop a positive life despite their conditions. Because a lot of times, you know, we put a lot of weight on our circumstances, thinking that if our circumstances change, then we'll be happier. And that is true to a point, but there is another element to that, is to be able to live a quality life no matter what you're experiencing. And that's sort of the main purpose. And there's a lot of exercises in the book as well towards the back that work with emotional healing, healing the past, and just things like that.
Now, you mentioned the tips, the quotes, and your personal insights that helped build this book. How will people be helped by that in just these, because it's really just little snippets of, and you've used comments from different religions and philosophies. So how did it really all come together?
Well, the book is designed in different ways. If you use it privately, like if you just contemplate on the messages will take you into a deeper level of understanding, of self-insight. But it's also designed in a way for group discussion. So let's say someone has a small organization or a small group. They can go over the messages and share the ideas in the messages. The messages may seem general at first, but when you penetrate deeper, it starts to make a change. In other words, it's like you're planting seeds, positive seeds into the mindset of the individual.
How long did it take to put this book together? The writing process?
The writing, I would say altogether about 2 years. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, you do have another product, I guess, to go along with this. You have a companion CD.
Yeah, I have a CD called 30 Days to Freedom. And what that is basically, it's a lot of the work I deal with is working with the subconscious mind, the inner program of who we are. And a lot of times we have been negatively programmed, whether it's influence from various sources and things like that from our past. So the work is designed to, if you want to use the word, deprogram our negativity and program your mind for positivity. So the CD is designed as an audio recording where you just sit, listen to it in a meditative type of way, and it helps with relieving stress, building confidence, self-esteem, and even sleeping better. So it's really designed in a very simple, easy way to do it.
Now, on the back, you say you're to help build courage, increase motivation, create peace of mind, think positively, feel better about yourself, and accomplish more. How can this book do that? How do people need to apply this book and the principles in it into their life? Can they really do it on their own, or do they need a support group? Do they need to come and see you, or is the book enough?
The book will do a lot for an individual if they take the book seriously. Like any other book, it's, you know, like one of the things I say, it's not what you read, it's what you do with what you read. So that's part of that as well. But will someone need my service? Probably. You know, it all depends on how, like I say, how serious they take it. But the exercises in the back alone can do wonders. Especially, let's look at the emotions, for example. When we have, let's say we have past traumatic emotions sitting in our system, that emotion doesn't just sit as a thought or a feeling. It's literally in a cellular system in our body. So there's an exercise I call Free Your Body and Free Your Mind. where one can do privately, and that helps diffuse or release negative energy from a person. So again, it's a self-help kind of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned right at the beginning about honesty and how important that can be, especially when they're doing these exercises that
Right.
you've included. What kind of person picks this book up and says, I need this book? Who is your target audience?
I think a person that really recognizes that it's time for change, that they've tried different things, they've tried to feel better, their circumstances are just repeating one after the other, whether it's one negative experience after another. And I think it just gets to the point where they say, you know what, I need to turn my life around. Either just build a positive mindset to begin with, because that's usually the first place. You know, a lot of times we could change our circumstances, but if our mindset is still in a negative frame, that has to be changed. So I think it's usually people that really have realized they've reached the end of the rope and they want something different for their lives. They want to either feel more inspired, more motivated, more productive, or even just releasing stress. You know, we live in such a stressful society nowadays. Even that in itself could be an aim.
Where can people get your book?
Right now, the easiest place is the website, www.bobmangroo.com.
And for those people who truly want to go about and bring change, your book can help them through moments of relations, inspiration, anger, peace of mind.
Exactly.
Just quickly, we only have about a minute left. Why did you choose these specific?
Because those are the fundamental areas of human nature. These are the things that people struggle with the most. Not only struggle, but they need to heal. For example, anger is a very common one we deal with. A lot of people have anger or past anger, so it's a huge part of it. Peace of mind is another one. So these are all the major areas that I've always experienced or people have experienced, and that's why I chose those key concepts and areas.
Thank you very much for being here today. Your book has really sums up a lot of things that people are sometimes ambiguous or overwhelmed by, and it puts things together very nicely.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for putting this together, because it could really help people that are looking for that.
I hope so.
Thanks for joining us today.
You're quite welcome.